Welcome everybody to our second podcast. I'm Frank, aka Turian Tourist. With me are Stefan, aka Canarion, and Martin, aka Rosendahl from the Zelda Universe forums.
Hello.
Our first podcast was about Oracle of Ages, but we are not going to talk about Oracle of Seasons just yet, but about the most recent release in the Zelda series, the Wind Waker HD.
Whee!
The GameCube Classic got remastered on the Wii U. New graphics, new controls, new features, various improvements. We all played it and now we are going to talk about it. So, Stefan, Martin, how far are you into the game, Stefan?
I beat the game yesterday, and guess what? Today I got my last figurine.
Cool, so you got the 100% or?
No, I don't have all the hard pieces and
okay.
other things, but I did get the Nintendo Gallery, and that's what mattered to me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Martin?
Well, I finished the game Saturday. I was kind of forced by Turian and Stefan to play this game, as I have my own order of playing the games right now, but I've been wanting to play it bad since I can't really remember my first time through it, and it was amazing. I did all the figurines like Stefan, and also I got all the hard pieces, but I haven't 100 with all the treasure maps, etc. So I think I'm gonna do that in my second playthrough, because I really like the other outfit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm saving it for the second quest as well.
Yeah.
I already finished it completely 2 weeks ago, when the game came out on October 4th. I played like through the entire weekend.
Yeah.
I'm such an addict, and yeah, finished it 100% the first playthrough, and I'm going to save the second quest for a rainy day or something.
Yeah, me too. In a year, something.
Yeah.
like that.
Or something like that. So, what are your impressions? Let's start with the graphics. It's the most obvious change in the game. New HD graphics.
Yeah. It looks gorgeous. And I guess you only notice it when you go back to the GameCube original, which I did yesterday. Oh man, it was so muddy or murky or whatever.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, but
No.
It looks lovely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when I put it on my TV, I was just amazed. I really wanted to play the game. I actually put it in before I was forced by you guys to play it, just to see the graphics really fast. I was like, oh, I really want to play this game, but I wanted to continue with my order, and then you guys forced me, and I couldn't say no because I really wanted to play it. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
We forced you. We are very evil persons. It made you play this.
I probably make it sound worse than it is.
This is how it goes in Europe, guys.
Yeah.
So Frank, what did you think of it?
I think the sunlight on the ocean looks really gorgeous, really beautiful. Especially the islands. I've made many screenshots of the games just because it looks so great. But on the other hand, I think the indoor visuals, like when you're inside dungeons and houses, it doesn't look so good. There's like some strange fake lighting. You have like a wall with pillars and a door, and the pillars and the door are casting shadows, but the wall is not. It looks really strange once you notice indoor lighting is really
Yeah, I like to say I didn't actually notice that, and I'm quite happy that I didn't, because I enjoyed everything, and if I had noticed what you're saying, I would be annoyed by it throughout it.
Yeah, exactly. Once you notice it, it's really it's weird. But it's only indoors. On the outside, the game looks really great.
A while back, people were saying that it was going to be 60 frames per second, but
it's not. I think it's only 30. And there are frame drops like on the GameCube version, mostly on when you fight on the ocean and boss battles. There are noticeable frame drops. That's really weird. This shouldn't happen on the Wii U, the GameCube game.
No, I agree with you, Frank, and I thought that when I read on the forums that there was some frame drops, I thought, okay, well, whatever, it's not going to ruin the experience, but once I played and I saw some of the places where the frame drops happen, it just annoys you. Crazy. It does annoy you, but it happens very rarely, but it does happen, and when you hit multiple enemies, for example, it does happen.
Yep. Yeah. It happens in battles. That's the problem. You have like those big boss battles, and you're really focusing. Suddenly the game is slowing down.
It just shouldn't happen with this kind of hardware.
Yep.
That's how it is.
And overall, I have to say, the game didn't leave me with the same feeling as Ocarina of Time 3D. In Ocarina of Time 3D, we changed like everything, all new models, all new details in every corner. But with the Wind Waker HD, you don't really get this. It's new lighting, prettier textures, we upscaled the textures, but there are no new details in the environment. It's the same polygons. The same
I guess
models.
the game didn't need it.
No.
And Ocarina of Time did.
Yeah, but it's Ocarina of Time 3D is like a different experience for me personally. It's more fresh than the Wind Waker HD, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't agree there, but guess we'll have to talk about remakes some other time, huh?
Yeah.
So, what did you think of the music?
Yeah, we changed some tracks, but it's only noticeable when you listen to the tracks back to back. I think the most obvious song is Windfall. Windfall has like the biggest changes to the music.
I didn't listen to the changes because, as I said, I can't remember my first playthrough. Yeah. But I, in general, just love the music in this game. I think when I go on the open ocean, it's amazing, and I listen to Dragon Roost. It's just great. I'm actually having my car a CD with the with the Wind Waker tracks, and I like hearing it. So great music. Yeah,
I like the little updates to the music. Sounds good. It's better than nothing. We were hoping for orchestrated, I guess, but oh well.
But Ocarina of Time 3D didn't get any new music, so this is better in this case.
Yeah.
Yep. So the new Wii U gamepad. Did you guys buy the bundle, or did you have a Wii U already, or
both?
I was looking to buy a Wii U, and this was announced, so I bought this one.
Yep.
And yeah, the gamepad is amazing to play with. I think it lays nice in your hand, and the whole thing that you don't have to pause your game in order to take out some of your items is just, that's the way to do it.
I already had a Wii U, but when I saw the bundle, I thought I need that controller. So I bought the bundle, and then I sold my new Wii U with my old gamepad.
Yeah.
So
it's looking amazing.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
what about you, Frank?
Well, I also bought the bundle. I couldn't resist as a Zelda fan. I think the gamepad is cool, but it's uncomfortable after a while. If you play for long hours, long play sessions, it's quite heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that, for me at least. And I played, usually in the weekend I could play for up to 6-7 hours.
Maybe you have to get used to it, or I don't know.
I don't know. It's the first time I'm playing with this thing. I've never had a Wii U or played on one, and I didn't feel it being annoying or anything.
I always try putting it on my lap to
I did this as well. Yeah.
Yeah, then it's not so bad. Did you use the motion control, by the way?
Yeah, they are awesome for aiming.
Yeah.
So much better.
Same here.
It's like the best option because we changed the aiming so that you have to aim with the right stick. If you don't use the motion controls or the Pro controller, you have to aim with the right stick, which is very weird, especially if you have like the items assigned to X or Y.
Yeah, I completely agree.
It's hard to aim and shoot. It's impossible to aim and shoot at the same time.
Yeah.
So you basically have to use the gyro sensors for aiming.
Or you have to use the R button, but still.
Yeah, the R button.
I've read lots of complaints about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Frank and you. I used the
motion
controls.
It's nice too that you have now the ability to walk in first person. It's cool, but I think this would have been better.
I actually think it worked really great when you had the bow and you want to run away a bit, or the boomerang, the second boss fight. It worked really well that you can run around.
Yeah, or the visceral boss was also very nice with this, yeah. But you should have changed the aiming with the left stick, especially if you want to play with the Pro controller. It's troubling.
Phantom Ganon as a snake. Good luck.
I don't know how anybody did that in the original.
I did it some way because I remember completing the game, but when I
too.
played it here and I was like, I don't even remember this fight. I gotta have the memory somewhere because this is annoying as hell. But I liked the fight.
It felt like I was having my best shots ever, and then bomb, I beat him. But still, without motion control, it must have been hard. I don't remember.
okay, when he was moving fast, I had a lot of problems. I was just spamming the arrows, trying to hit him.
I just thought I was maybe missing something, because it felt so hard to aim with the bow that I thought maybe there's another way to beat him, but I guess not.
Yeah, usually you have it's more luck than skill in this fight.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, what's also nice is that you can use a map with you at the same time, like for salvaging treasures.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. I remember when I played the GameCube version, I always had to pause the game to go into the map menu and look, okay, the treasure is there, and then have to readjust my position, and now you can do this on the fly, which is really cool.
I was always having the map open, and it's really easy to find the places.
But what would have been nice is like an option to write on maps, like in Phantom Hourglass or Spirit Tracks, like to make notes. I like to make notes for this game, like I have this to write down which platforms I have conquered.
Yeah, me too.
I write this all down on a map, but I have to print a map and use a pen. It would have been nice if I could use my gamepad and not...
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm playing through Phantom Hourglass right now, and that's definitely something they could have done in this game. It's a nice feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been hearing from you guys that there's new stuff from the Fishmen, that they are giving hints.
No, not new
No,
stuff,
not
but
new?
the hints are now inside the map menu. Like you can always read them from the menu. You don't have to... In the original you have to bait a fishman and he gives you a hint. If you want to read the hint again, you have to give him more bait. Now you can just go into the menu and read the hint again, which is nice. But it replaces... in the original you had like this... It shows you what treasures you salvaged from a specific island. They removed this and...
I was missing that.
Yeah, I was missing that as well.
Yeah, it's a bit weird that they removed that. Actually, one of my complaints of the original was that with the charge system, you never know what rewards you got from what quest. They just give you a chart, and when you have like 5 of them, or when you're close to the location, you haul it up, and then okay, it's 200 rupees or it's a piece of heart. But where did I get this from? You don't know. It frustrates me.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, guys, when was the last time you played this game?
As I said, many years ago, I can't remember. Really
Stefan?
can't remember.
Yeah, I played it in 2003 when it was released, and I have to say, I didn't really like the game. I actually promised myself after I beat it that I will never play this game again.
Why?
Because some things were so frustrating. One thing that I remember is when you try to go to the Forbidden Fortress. No, Forbidden Forest.
Forest Raven.
Yeah,
Yep.
like to the dungeon.
Oh.
And when you go there for the second time, and you fly and you fall down in the ocean. You have to swim all the way back to your boat and climb up the whole way again. It just takes 5 minutes because you make one mistake. It's terrible. And everything was so slow. Like when you use the grappling hook, you have to watch an animation of 6 seconds, and then you swing.
And then you have
when
to
you change
realign. Usually, for example, on Forest Haven, I always remember that you have to watch the cutscene, and then I always was off. I always was swinging more to the left.
Yeah, so you
have
then
you have to stop swinging, and then you have to turn. Yeah.
It was terrible. It was a very frustrating game for me.
Yeah.
But
well, it was the same in this game with the Forbidden Forest. That if you fell down on the way there, you had to swim.
Yeah, they didn't change this, but they changed the grappling hook.
Yeah, that was nice. That felt really nice in this game. You could just go around like you wanted.
When I first played the game, it didn't feel as bad, but then I replayed the game 2 years ago, and I had the same feelings as Stefan's. It was just awful. All is so slow. The sailing is slow. The grappling hook is slow. The text is slow. Everything in this game tries to slow you down in every possible way. It feels just so slow, and it's not much fun. And you have to say, if you really improve these aspects in the new HD version, it's so much better now. For example, the new sail. So most obvious thing, the Swift sail. It's so much fun to use this thing and cruise over the ocean. But how do you guys like the new sail, Martin?
The new what? Sorry.
It's the new sale, it's a Swift sale. Did you get it?
I got it. Just when I came back from Dragon Roost, I got the Swift sale. I can't remember the first one so good. But I really like the Swift sale that you didn't have to play the song all the time to change the wind. It was always in your bag. That's a nice addition because it goes faster. So yeah, nice for the game flow to have the Swift sale. I always used it. But just to really fast comment on you guys talking about the game before and it being annoying, I have the game on my shelf. So I think I'm gonna find my GameCube again and put it in and really see what you guys are talking about later.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to make this comparison. It really, you really see the differences if you do it. So Stefan, Swift sale, awesome or not?
Yeah, it was a big one on my list actually. I made a small list in a forum thread on Zelda Universe, where I listed some things that I thought needed changing. And it was funny because the closer we got to the release, the more things were ticked off of the list. And to me it felt like Nintendo had maybe seen my list or other people's lists.
I made a blog post 2 years ago when I replayed the game. I was writing all down and felt like Nintendo read this post and improved the game. Yeah, it's really good what they did with improvements.
Yeah, so many small changes. And right now I really loved the game. I think it's one of my favorites again, but only because of the update. The original I didn't like. The original I would have given maybe an 8 or 8.5, and this one a 9.5.
Nice.
That's a good difference.
I like the game too, like you say. It's really good.
Well, one of the biggest improvements to the game's speed is probably the Triforce quest. If you made it so that now 5 Triforce charts are gone and just replaced by the shards directly. So what do you guys think, Martin?
I think it was a bit too short. It was easier to find them, but I wish the quest was a little longer. But
I was about to say nobody's complaining about this change, but I guess it is a bit shorter.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
Okay.
I thought it was more logical.
Yeah.
You're traveling around enough as it is, so.
There's a lot of things to explore in the game, of course, but I do think that to the main quest, this was one of the things that was really annoying in the original, from what I can see of the complaints. So it's nice they've changed it, and it's for the better. So yeah, nice.
I think it also makes more sense story-wise, because you have, like, if you think about it, you find the shards now in like mini dungeons.
Yeah.
And those mini dungeons are basically under the earth. So basically if you're down in the old Hyrule. So it's very classic, because it's like in the first Zelda game you have like Triforce shards shattered all over Hyrule in different dungeons. So it has a very classic vibe to it, instead of getting a chart and then you have to translate the chart and then the Triforce is just sunken somewhere. So I think it makes more sense, and it's many people complained about it, so it's good that Nintendo changed this.
It also felt like these dungeons where you had to complete a certain number of rooms, I think it was 4 rooms, it felt like it was a kind of a trial to see if you were a hero, so that's nice.
I do have a complaint though. Yeah. I have a problem. I have too much money.
Yeah, that's right. You
save to burn it on.
2,000 rupees you save from Tingle, because you have now 5 charts less to translate here. And you're even getting more money from the light rings. If you change those light rings, I'll give you now 50 rupees. That's like 4,000 more rupees. Wow. What you can spend in the game. And that's a lot. So
I don't know. I think that if they made the game a problem with having enough rupees, people would be complaining that you didn't have enough rupees. So I think it was nice to have enough rupees on you all the time, and you felt wealthy and you could buy everything. I don't know if there's a middle way to this.
I felt this way in the original. I never had a problem with rupees in the GameCube version.
Okay.
So it's like I have tons of rupees, I don't know what to do with it, except for the new hero armor, which now uses not hero armor, magic armor, which uses new rupees instead of magic, which like in Twilight Princess.
I haven't used the magic armor yet.
Yeah, I didn't use it as well, but it's the only option to waste your rupees basically.
Yeah.
But
same as in Twilight Princess.
they take a lot. It's different from Twilight Princess because Twilight Princess is like it sucks 3 rupees away. So the longer you wear it, just the more rupees you lose. And now you can wear it all the time. Basically, you only use rupees when you get hit. But the hits are really bad. If you get hit by a Dark Knight, you lose like 300 rupees or something. It's a large sums. So.
Yeah, but that was you can use your rupees for now. But it's kind of useless to have rupees, I guess. I didn't use the armor thing.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I never have a problem with rupees.
No.
I always have many of them.
Yeah, that's the problem with a new game. Too much rupees, not enough to spend.
Yeah, we'll see how that works in the Link Between Worlds, by the way.
Yeah, that's they're trying to change that.
So they replaced the 5 missing Triforce charts with new treasure charts. And yeah,
I didn't know that.
It's pretty cool because they added more to certain places in the game, like where you previously would only find rupees or treasures, you now get a new treasure chart, which is pretty nice. Like there's this one cave at Pawprint Island.
Yeah.
I usually always forget about this cave because it only has rupees, so I missed that. But now it has a treasure chart, and there's a good reason to go there and do the cave. And,
yeah, that treasure chart gives you a heart piece, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Previously, this heart piece was from the Savage Labyrinth, the 50 story dungeon.
Yeah.
Right.
But they now put the Hero's Charm there. That's also another change.
Yeah. What about the Hero's Charm? Or the Savage Labyrinth is actually what I want to talk about. Do you guys like this place?
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
it could have been a bit harder.
Yeah, same for me. I talked with you, Stefan, about it in the weekend, and we were trying to establish a competition down there.
Yeah, that would be perfect, actually.
Yeah.
What kind of competition did you guys make?
Well, you have 10 hearts, and after 10 hearts you say, okay, I got to round 31, and then you see how far Stefan could get with those 10 hearts.
Or just a race to the end.
Race to the end.
Because I played it twice. I wasn't paying attention at the last level, so I died there, and I had to start all over again. And the second time, I really noticed that I was going through it much faster.
Yeah.
So then I thought maybe it would be nice to do a race here.
Yeah, I like the Savage Labyrinth. I like the combat in the game. So what's great? I did it 2 times, and then move it on.
You know what I don't like about the combat, by the way? When you're very close to a wall and you hit your sword and it hits the wall and you don't swing, you don't do damage.
No.
And that was so annoying in the original. It was a bit better here, but still, it's...
The worst place for me with this was when I was fighting Orca. When I want the heart piece, hit him 500 times. You get him up in the corner, you just know, get out of there because you're going to hit the wall. So yeah, that ruins it.
It's the only Zelda game that has this problem, I think.
Yeah.
There's another thing I would like to see changed in the combat.
Yeah.
Like this Leaf Strike, when an enemy is down on the ground and you finish him, like in Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword. They could have added this to this game because you have like an enemy like a moblin, he drops down and you have to wait for him to get up.
The ending blow, yeah.
Yeah, ending blow, exactly.
I agree with you. I remember when I was in Savage Labyrinth, as we were talking about that, when they jump out of the pots, I hit them in the back and I thought, oh god damn it, why did I do that? I have to hit them in front because now I have to wait for it to get up. And I was really missing the ending blow, like you say.
Yep.
At least for this game they decreased the downtime of the enemies.
That's nice.
So let's talk about one of the new additions, Tingle Bottles and Miiverse integration. Did you guys have fun with that, or?
I will do it in the second playthrough. I didn't do it the first one. I just turned it right off. Thought I want to play this game, not with.
So you didn't receive any Tingle Bottles?
No, I didn't want this game. I wanted to play without, and I just wanted to go through it myself, and after this I'll play with it in my second playthrough. But I could imagine the fun about finding bottles on the beach and from other players, so I will do that.
Stefan, did you use it?
Yeah, I used it a lot. I tried to collect bottles I saw if they weren't too far away, and I made a lot of bottles myself. It's nice. Did you, Frank, only receive bottles from friends or also from strangers?
From everyone.
Okay.
You too,
I
Stefan?
didn't. No, just from friends.
Okay.
So you did get all my messages?
But
But most of them were spoiler, I don't know, did you
yes,
activate?
I didn't receive spoilers.
Okay.
So it was weird because I knew like I have 5 or maybe 7 friends who were playing this game, but I think only 3 were actively using the tingle bottles. So every time I would get the same bottles, and that was a bit boring.
Okay.
Yeah. I played with everyone and it's pretty cool. I was actually impressed by the Zelda community. I feel that there's a lot of stupid stuff, but I see a lot of helpful messages like figurines. You can actually send now. We talk about that later. That you can actually send pictographs that you can use for your gallery, for the Nintendo gallery, which is really helpful. And you other locations of the Tingles there to offer lots of helpful stuff and very funny messages, lots of cool selfies. So I did really like it, and I like collecting the bottles. That's cool. Like when we are, especially on the ocean, when you're traveling with a boat, it's lots more fun because you can collect bottles and read them on your way to the next island. It adds more to the sailing.
I was always traveling too fast to pick up the bottles on the ocean. I always missed them.
So, but I'm worried about spoilers. In this game, it's not really a problem because most people have played it before. But in a new Zelda game, if you want to keep Miiverse in Zelda, I really would fear potential spoilers from people who forget to mark spoilers.
Yeah. Well, just do what I do. But
you have to mark spoilers. You have to actually check a spoiler, and then. But if you forget that, it's easy to forget to mark the spoilers, and then you send out a message with the spoiler. And some people might even don't care if you just send spoilers, and when you get a picture of the final boss.
That's how online communities are.
I did see some spoilers with Pikmin 3, which was a bit annoying.
Yeah.
So that's why I like only accepting posts from friends. I trust my friends to use spoiler tags. So.
And while we're talking about spoilers, just a thumbs up for people on Zelda forum, Zelda Universe, sorry, but they're really good with the whole spoiler tag thing.
Oh yeah.
Really thumbs up with that.
Yeah.
Great job. Yeah.
So the Tingle bottles actually replaced the Tingle tuner. Did you guys miss this feature? Or?
I did. As I said, I didn't actually do it in the original, and I have very weak memories of it, and I had no clue where the statues were. And in order to complete my pictograph quest, I had to find them. I looked them up because I had no clue where there was. So yeah, I found one by random.
Yeah, me too. One random, and I actually started my GameCube version to finally use the Tingle tuner for the second time. And that's how I found the Tingle statues.
Oh, nice.
But the first time I tried it on the GameCube, I think I did it with my brother, and we thought it was going to be a co-op thing, but it's just too boring for 2 people. You can just you should put the Game Boy Advance on your lap and only look at it when you hear something.
Yeah.
That's when it works. But yeah, I'm a bit sad that they didn't put it in the remake.
Yeah, but you're right. The second player can only drop bombs and annoy you by pressing A. It's the only options he has with the Tingle tuner, really. And the rest is
you can
more
also
like
make Link fly.
Yes, the rest is all cheats. You can make an invulnerable, and you can buy arrows, bombs, potions with it. But it's more like a cheat tool than anything else.
Yeah. Well, I think back then Nintendo was trying some new way of hand-holding or giving hints in the game. Because when you think about it, there's no Navi or Navy, there's no Fi, there's no one here. Sometimes
we have a gossip stone thingy but we rarely use it in the game.
You have gossip stones here?
They know the blue stone which you get in the beginning of the game from Tetra, and you get called by your bow or by Tetra.
Can you actually do that, or do you have to wait for a call from them?
You have to wait for a call from them, but it's rare that they use this. But it's basically your help guide in this game.
Yeah. And I understand that they were trying to replace that with the Miiverse community, but still, it's a shame that they removed so much.
I don't miss it as much. I only ever used the Tingle tuner to get the statues and Knuckle, and you can still get them, so I'm actually happy.
I think the game is offering enough hints as it is, and that there was no need for that feature. I think I was being led enough. I think
it is a very easy game.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And if you do fill out your map, you're going to get the hints from the fishman, which basically says everything. I remember having troubles with the ghost ship in the original because I didn't listen to the hints, and in this game I remembered it and I just wrote it down fast. So not a problem for me. It was quite easy to get through it, but I have played it before, so.
I think when we were younger we didn't really speak English that well.
No.
So maybe that's why we missed some stuff.
That's also why it was a lot more difficult, of course.
Yeah.
That's a problem if you're in Netherlands, and I didn't think about that.
If you didn't learn
in Germany we have German translation, so it's easy for us.
Yeah.
But I've been wondering about the Tingle statues and Knuckle. There are really no hints in the... Like you said, Stefan, you actually had to use the original Tingle tuner to find the statues in the remake.
Or look it up.
So I've been wondering if Nintendo thought to make a Miiverse thing out of this, like that people would share the locations over Miiverse.
I think so, but I also think so that there is enough in the community that played the game before, and you can find a lot on Google. If you find it on Miiverse or you find it on Google, it's quite the same thing to me.
Well, I did send the locations via Miiverse, so if Stefan would have activated spoilers, he would have gotten the Tingle tuner, the Tingle statue locations from me.
Yeah, but I prefer my method.
Yeah. Good. One item really profited from the whole Miiverse thing in the Picto box. You now can do selfies and store 12 photos at once, send them to Miiverse. How do you like that? Did you like that?
Just remember to mention you can hit the home button as well and take a screenshot of
the
whole
you
screen.
can upload them to the internet.
Yeah. That's amazing.
But you can't do selfies.
No, I know. But still, I think that's great that you can take a whole picture of your screen if you want to. But the camera with the selfies and 12 camera shots is really great. I had a little fun with it, but I'm going to do that more in my second playthrough.
Yeah.
Stefan?
I loved it. Especially the whole Nintendo gallery.
Yeah.
Back on the original I just didn't bother with it because you can only take 3 pictures and you don't know if they're really good shots for the figurine. So I thought, no way I'm going to do this. And here I had lots of fun.
Oh, well, I didn't actually do the quest back in the original, so I liked the whole thing that it would say when you had a good shot.
Yeah.
Because you didn't waste the time. And you had 12 shots, so you could do quite a lot while you were when you were at Dragon Roost. You just took a lot of pictures of people, and you had done half of it already.
In the original I did the figurine quest twice, but it was really cumbersome to complete this, really inconvenient. It's one of the more annoying side quests of the Zelda series, but this really changed with HD. It's so fast.
I think it was actually an appropriate size for a side quest.
Yeah.
I got Kogoli by random. That's one thing I don't like about that. There are permanent missable pictures.
But Kogoli is really the worst because you don't see it coming.
I don't know. I had the pictograph. I just wanted to take pictures of the people there, so that's quite lucky. But
because with a boss like the Hammer Raccoon, you can I know this is a one-time boss fight. I take a picture now. It's obvious that you have to take this picture, but with Kogoli it's not. He's just gone at some random point in the game after Metal Gear.
Feels like a bug.
And he never comes back. And how you're supposed to know this? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, true.
Well, that's one great thing about the Miiverse thing, that you can share the pictures. You can get what you've missed. That's really good, because if you start too late, then there's no way to get these pictures. But the Miiverse, it's nice. Yeah,
you can always complete your collection. There's basically no missables anymore because you can always have the chance to complete your gallery afterwards. You can even use friends. Like I still have a picture of Puppet Ganon and the Wizrobe mini boss. If anyone is interested, I can share those. But yeah, it's cool because you really can complete the gallery in your first playthrough. Basically,
I can take a picture of the figurine. Does that work?
Yep.
No.
No. You mean like no? This doesn't work. A picture of the actual character.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about what's new as well. We have the hero mode on your edition. Did you use hero mode?
All the time, from the beginning. And I think you both experienced my little outburst in the beginning of the game. So half a heart.
You were crying, man. I only have half a heart left.
In the beginning of Dragon Roost, but yeah. Oh crap.
Stefan, can you come over and play for me? I'm too scared. That's what you said, right?
Well, you quoted me there, so yeah.
Yeah. Now, I loved the hero mode.
Yeah,
one of the bigger complaints about the Wind Waker was that it was way too easy.
Yeah.
And they pretty much fixed it with this.
I don't know. When in the beginning, yes, it's really great. And if you maybe I will do a run where I don't use bottles because the bottles kind of ruin it when you have so many hearts. You have fairies, you have red potions, you have the soup. It just gets too easy. I didn't feel any problems after the third temple with the mountains, at least.
It's only hard in the beginning, but it's nice in the beginning. It's a good challenge.
But it's a good improvement of the game. Definitely, it's a good addition.
I wish we would have done more with the second quest or something, like adding more enemies to the dungeons, a little bit more, than just double damage and no hearts. That's really simple, but
yeah,
I agree.
I don't know. You can still read Hylian, right?
Yeah, I think that's
it's the same features as in the regional. Yeah. You keep the blue outfit and.
I don't know what the big fish is saying. I just know he's talking a lot of Hylian, and I'm excited to go back in the second quest and see these small changes. I think they're going to be nice, and I don't want to spoil myself with what they're saying.
Sorry. But I think we could have done more with the second quest, like Mirror of the Game. We did this with Ocarina of Time 3D Master Quest. This was really confusing, but somewhat fun. Like, imagine you have Outside Island in the southeast and Dragon Roost in the northwest, and everything is mirrored. I think this would have been a nice addition, but there isn't really anything more except for hero mode. There are no new dungeons, no new islands, no other new features.
I actually thought that they would do something with new dungeons. For example, let's take Link's Awakening, where they add just one dungeon to the game. I haven't played the original, but I wish they had done just a little more, because I think the main quest was just not enough to it. I wish there was one or two more dungeons in the game.
Yeah.
While we're talking about new dungeons, they, where you get the metal boots, and can't remember the other item you're getting. Is it the skull hammer or something? Where you have to go to these two small islands.
Power bracelets, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. And I think they could have done a lot more with these two islands in this game, at least. But they didn't do. It's still an amazing game, but I wish they could. Yeah.
Yes, it's true. If you could have expanded those mini dungeons, we have like this fire dungeon and the ice dungeon. You could have expanded those. Yeah.
It's not necessary with a whole new dungeon or anything. It's just expanding these spots.
If we could have added a Jabu dungeon for Jaboon.
Yeah, maybe.
Everybody.
Everybody would have loved that.
But hey, it's Zelda. You will always be in favor of more dungeons.
Yeah.
You can never get enough.
Yeah, true. But this one really didn't have that many.
It was pretty thin.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite dungeon on the game, Martin?
Probably the one with Medley, I think, because
it's my favorite too.
Because of the whole co-op play with her. I like it. And it's also quite dark. I think it's a great dungeon.
Yep. I agree with that. It's also my favorite.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I guess Dragon Roost would be my second pick.
Yeah,
it was just.
It's also a very good opening dungeon. I take this as the opening dungeon and not the big fortress. No.
Yeah, if it's more like a stealth mission and the dungeon.
And I didn't really like that one.
No, me neither.
So, is there anything else you guys would have liked to see with this remake? Stefan, any other additions?
No, not really. Besides the ones I already mentioned. Yeah,
Same
I think they did a great job.
I agree with you. It's a good game. You should play it. If you played the original, you're going to see huge improvements to the game, and you're going to like it.
Yeah, it's more fun to play this version. A lot more fun. It's a lot faster.
Maybe the game is faster, but it's still a big game. There's a lot of side quests to do. There's a lot of islands you go explore. I love the whole thing about... I don't like the exploring part so much normally.
Yeah, but
in this game, it's just amazing. There's so many things to do.
Yeah, but the speed really adds to it because it's a lot faster and more enjoyable, more compact.
And for new players, you have to get the Swift Sail. Get it. There's no complaining about it. Just get it. If you don't know what it is, Google it, find out. Just get it after Dragon Roost. It's
actually an interesting question. Actually, it's quite hidden with Swift Sail. What do you think about this?
I agree. I think there is a fish talking about it.
Yeah, there's
I can't remember. I can't remember when. I think it's quite late.
The small girls, the ones we are playing on the, on the middle.
Oh yeah. So you have to pay.
You can pay them 2 rupees, and then they also give you a hint about the Swift Sail.
Yeah, okay, but I think it's quite hidden, as you say, and I think it's been hyped a lot, the Swift Sail, so I think people will find it.
But what also amazes me is how many people on Miiverse are still using the black and white camera, even late in the game.
Oh.
We actually made it easier to get the color camera.
Yeah, they did.
But still, like 40% of the pictures are still black and white.
Yeah,
so maybe Nintendo should have removed the black and white camera altogether and like give color camera right from the start. I don't know, because a lot of people have troubles with side quests and finding stuff.
Yeah.
And probably will never find the Swift Sail, because if you can't find better camera.
So maybe a bit more guiding. They could have changed, at least for the game, as we're talking about now.
Yeah, for these important things, for the Swift Sail, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like the side things.
I can imagine there's some people who play through the whole game and never gotten the better sail because they missed it.
Yeah, that would suck, because it really adds something to it.
It really helps,
Yeah.
You know what I did like about the whole island setup? There's so much order. It's easier to keep track of where you've been and what you can find. Unlike the other Zelda games where you have these huge tracts of land where you can just... I always feel like I'm missing stuff. Like caves, I will
You can go to one island, cross everything out.
Yeah,
and done with this island, and then go to the next island. Yeah, that's why.
I guess that's a good point, What about you, Frank? Is there anything you'd like changed?
No, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I said everything I wanted to say, so...
Do you think it was worth full price?
No, definitely not. I mean, you have to look at the production values. You have like 5 people working on this game for half a year. And okay, we also had a second team who made the textures, but it was really low effort of Nintendo to make this. Really, and it's not worth...
Well, at first, when they announced the HD update, I wasn't going to buy it for full price, because I thought, man, it's just an update.
Yep.
But then they announced all these small changes. Basically, they removed all the reasons for complaints from me, and then they came with the limited edition with the Ganondorf figurine, and I just had to get that. So
of course.
I don't remember the original so much, but I'm not going to forget this one. It's an amazing game. It's worth every penny I paid.
I guess it's a good closing statement for this podcast. So
there are tears in my eyes, guys.
Thanks everybody for listening. Stay tuned for more podcasts from us, like Oracle of Seasons and a podcast about remakes in general. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
And
feedback and suggestions is always welcome.
Good.
See you next time.
Yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.